All right, let's go straight to Uyo. Arman Austin Okon Akpan with his $1 million smile is right there, and he joins us now. Austin, let me just say, how are you? How are you doing? What do you have for us?
It's good to be with you on sports tonight. Uyo is cool and calm, and that's the atmosphere that the Super Eagles of Nigeria need as they take on the Bafana of South Africa. Today, a media party was done, and at that meeting, Ghana you listened to him, made a lot of clarifications on the achievements this team got, particularly with the campaign in Corsica, which they have described as valuable. You also listened to standing skipper of the team now, Genyo Nazi, saying the same thing, that it looks good for the team also. So they look ready. They're fired up. Team spirit in camp is admirable. These guys understand that they need to beat South Africa to keep their momentum going, and that's what they want to do on Saturday. All
right, but before we talk about the scoop that you have for us, the closed-door training and all that, do we know anything about our opponents? Are they in town? Anything about the South Africans?
The South Africans got in the afternoon, got into you looking fresh, looking good for the encounter. I pulled aside Coach Stuart Baxter. He's a growing guy, and he says that he knows Nigeria is well prepared for this one, but that he's going to frustrate Nigeria. And he knows that our power is attacking, and he has a plan to frustrate the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I don't know how I'm going to pass those words to Kenneth Rowe. Hopefully he's watching. But the South Africans, we know them and their football. They've been making some progress in the last 3 years. They also understand the need to be at the 2019 AFCON. You remember they missed out of the last one, as same with Nigeria. So they want to just take this game one step at a time. You know, they also have players that are back to the team that can worry the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Atoke Laurenti is back in the team. He has good pace. You love goalkeeper Kune is also in the team. Some of the old guys, Gabuza is also in this team now. So particularly when you have a mix of players that are playing in the South African League for a period of time, you don't want to, undermine what they can do as a team. So yes, the South Africans have some good quality that the Super Eagles must watch.
All right, let me quickly ask you this one, Austin. Even though you're looking at the team from a distance, but I mean, what can you say about the state of preparedness, their readiness, their frame of mind? You've spoken to the coach and a few of the players. How ready mentally are they for this game?
The Super Eagles of Nigeria or Bafana?
Super Eagles.
Oh, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, they're fired up. Look, let's begin with the midfield. I looked at it today and I'm saying everybody in that midfield role has got some quality. Imagine an Genyo Nazi, Wilfred Ndidi, and even a Tebo. Where would you keep John Ogu? Where would you keep Alassane Ibrahim that has shown good consistency in the league? So that's what I'm saying. That midfield role looks packed. When you go to the attack, same thing. And these guys are looking at themselves and they're saying that they love what is happening with the Super Eagles. They're doing well in the world rankings. They're looking good for qualification for the 2018 FIFA World Cup. This can only get us talking about them in a more comfortable way. Yeah. Team spirit is fantastic. You need to hear these guys talk among themselves and you know that they are really fired up to play this. But football speaks a lot of languages, particularly when you have results that you're chasing. Genyo Nazi at the media party tried to tell Nigerians, there's this popular saying that South Africans, they are wives to Nigerians. He says, no, football is not like that anymore. That everybody should come out, support the team, that they will do their part to get a result, but that we shouldn't in any way underrate the South African team. And I think that's their approach they should have on Saturday.
Let's talk about the fans, the mood in Uyo. You've probably spoken to quite a few people, their expectation and the mood ahead of this big game. Talking about the fans now.
I'll talk about the mood. The mood is that of optimism. Of course, the fans in Uyo, they love it whenever the Super Eagles come to town. From you drive from the hotel room to the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium. Everyone cannot wait for the match to be played. When Nigeria, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, is playing a match, even a newborn baby in Nigeria expects the Super Eagles to win, and that's the expectation. But not just win convincingly, because it was at this same Uyo in 2015 that South Africa stopped Nigeria. Remember that painful match that ended 2-2. So they would like the Super Eagles to correct it. They keep using the word revenge. Revenge is an opportunity for the Super Eagles to avenge that draw that stopped them from going to the AFCON. But no, I think they should come out, play football in a comfortable manner, play as a team, and win convincingly. Yes, that's what the fans are expecting, Yemi, and if you give them something else, then that would be good.
All right, so Austin, I want to thank you for your time on the show tonight. Hopefully, we'll be able to do this again tomorrow. And I guess you're joining a lot of people that are praying for a very good weather on that day. So while you take your rest, you can also join the multitude of people doing that. That's our man, Austin Okonapan, speaking with us from Uyo. You heard everything that Austin has said. Optimism oozing from his comments. Probably doesn't share a bit of skepticism about the defense.
Oh, okay, I can understand the
because he's seeing them.
Austin is talking from. Though I've been talking about the defense, let me talk from the areas of our strength now, the midfield and the attack.
Yes.
We cannot have the likes of a Nazi, Ufeni Didi, a Tebo, Alexander Ibrahim, that you don't be part of your team. Now, with the exploits of Ndidi in Leicester and playing in the Champions League, hopefully I know we will translate that form into the national team.
Yeah.
Now, Etebo is the talk of the town now in Europe. The new bull, the new Mokachi in our national team. He has the drive, he has the power, he has the skill, and he has the confidence to take on anybody. Now he plays with Ferranice in Portugal. I had Lille, I caught him, some other clubs and friends are looking for him, which is a very good thing. Now let me go to the attack. It's quite unfortunate that towards the later part of last season, Alex Iwobi and Kelechi
fizzled
out in their club. But that should not take the fire.
They started with
the fire away from them, because when you come to the national team, it's a different ballgame. They want to play at the Nations Cup. They want to play at the World Cup, because when you play at this competition, it helps you in terms of FIFA ranking. And when it helps you in terms of FIFA ranking,
even your profile.
Agents, clubs, they check your profile. It helps you in terms of transfer as a player. So the national team is not only a place you play because of patriotism. It helps you in terms of marketing value.
It's mutually beneficial.
Yes, it's highly beneficial. That was the word. Now, let now come to the attack. You have Ahmed Musa, you have Alex Iwobi, Kelechi Iheanacho. Now there are two guys in the block now. They are out in Europe. Onyekuru and Olanwaju Kayode. Onyekuru scored 24 goals in the Belgian league with 8 assists. Arsenal is looking for him. But the news I heard this evening said he cannot go to a club where he will sit on the bench, which is very good. He's young, he's still 19. He needs to go to a club where he commands regular share. See what happened with Alex Iwobi and Kelechi Iheanacho. Now, Olanwaju Kayode scored 18 goals in the Austrian league. Now, he was voted the best player in the Austrian league. He might follow the likes of Sadio Mane, that was voted the best player when he was playing for Red Salzburg in the Austrian league. So it is being courted. So all these things now come together to help us and be very, very formidable. And one thing, Amy, we cannot take away from this team. They are young. In a team by Onyekuru 19, Olanwaju Kayode 22, Kelechi Iheanacho 20, Alex Iwobi 20, Moses Simon 20, Wilfred Didi 20. We have the future.
A lot of people seeing this team emerge are beginning to say that they're seeing the signs, that beginning to draw comparisons with the 94 squad of how a lot of them were young and how the team emerged. And they're saying it seems to be following a similar pattern. I don't know if you agree.
I submit to that. We are about to witness another golden generation if they are well guided.
And their stability.
Their stability, because before you can call a generation golden, you have to win major competitions.
Yes.
You have to be there. You understand?
It takes a while.
You don't just call a generation a golden generation and they fail to deliver. We've had series of golden generation, the Portuguese golden generation of Rui Costa, Luis Figo, Rui George, Sergio Conceição. Though they were golden in the 121 World Cup, but unfortunately they couldn't
Vito Bayer,
that generation, but they couldn't transform that success at the youth level to the national team. Now the Belgian golden generation, where the likes of Hazard, Vincent Kompany, You understand? Fellaini, Dembele, they are playing in top clubs in Europe. Juventus again, they are there, but they've not translated that into the national team. So before you can call it set the golden generation, you must win something. The 94th set we're talking about, for crying out loud, we're fifth. The highest an African team has been on the FIFA ranking. We won the Nations Cup with style. We went to the World Cup. We were voted the second most entertaining team at the World Cup. After that, we came back. We went to the Olympics. We won the first Olympic gold medal for Africa. That's what we call a golden generation.
All right.
So let us be guided. Let us reduce the hype on this point because it might lead to pressure. We've seen the likes of people being called the next Pelé, the next Messi.
They fizzled out.
They fizzled out. They fell by the wayside. So we have to be very, very careful.
With the
don't put pressure on them. Don't place too much hype on them. We have so that they can realize the potential. Because when you put pressure and hype on young players, they are vulnerable to youthful exuberance. They may fall by the wayside.
Okay. All right. So I guess we just leave it at that, talking about the Super Eagles. Let's quickly spend a few minutes that we have left to talk about the FIFA Confederations Cup and countries naming strong squads. A lot of people were thinking that, well, Cristiano Ronaldo just won the UEFA Champions League. He'll probably take a rest. But he's actually in the squad for Portugal to go to the FIFA and a lot of people are saying he has it in his sights. He wants to ensure that there wouldn't be any reason why he wouldn't win the best player in 2017.
Yemi, the hunger in Orlando, I've never seen that before. The consistency, I've never seen that before. The stability, I've never seen that before. Now, the first thing I mentioned is about hunger. This guy is hungry for titles.
For success.
He's hungry for glory. He's hungry for success. Now, of the Germans, among all the teams that the only national team that didn't name a strong squad.
Every other
the likes of Tony Rook, Tony Kroos, Jerome Boateng, Mohamed.
They said it's a team for the future.
They didn't mention, but don't write away the Germans. No matter how depleted the side may be, the Germans, they are called the competition side. They may not play well in the friendlies, they may not play well in the qualifiers, but when it comes to competitions proper, they'll play well. Now the Portugal side, let me come back to
Sanchez and Eder are the two, probably notable names that are not included in the squad.
Then I'm coming to that. Luckily for Orlando, towards the twilight of his career, they have a crop of young players that are doing very well with their clubs. Bernard Silva, Renato Sanchez, just Ford, Pepe, all of them they're in top form. So in Europe,
you know what, Wally? Let's just let's hold it there. Let's hold our thoughts and go on a quick break. When we return, we'll be wrapping up the show. Join us again.